Mirza, I have some questions that were emailed to us, so without wasting your time, let me ask you, we keep hearing that a record number of temporary residents are leaving Canada. Is that really true? What do the statistics say?
Yes, Samuel, that's correct. And the numbers are quite significant. According to data from Statistics Canada, the third quarter of 2024 saw about 249,700 temporary residents depart from Canada. This is actually the largest single quarter outflow on record, marking an 85% jump from the previous year. And the trend didn't stop there. Between October and December 2024, an additional 28,341 temporary residents left, largely due to work and study permits expiring, as confirmed by multiple government reports and news articles covering this trend.
Wow, that's a major shift. What are the main reasons behind these departures? Are there reports or official explanations?
A few key factors are driving the outflow, all well documented in government and news reports. First, there have been policy changes, permit renewals, and new admissions are now more limited, following government directives aimed at reducing the total temporary resident population. Second, many temporary residents are choosing to leave voluntarily, citing the rising cost of living, lack of affordable housing, and difficulties accessing healthcare. Many major Canadian news outlets and official policy analyses echo these reasons, and government statements confirm a strategic intent to reduce numbers over the next 3 years.
Should current or prospective temporary residents be worried about these trends?
It's important for everyone, current, future, and former temporary residents, to stay informed as the regulatory environment changes. The wave of departures is expected to continue. Approximately 1.2 million permit holders could be leaving as their documents expire from late 2024 through 2025. Statistics Canada and federal policy briefings stress that those wishing to stay must be proactive about updates, renewals, and alternative pathways to secure their status. My advice: stay close to trustworthy sources, including official reports and trusted immigration consultants, to navigate these changes smoothly.
Mirza, with so many temporary residents leaving Canada, how will this affect the labor market and the businesses that have been employing them legally?
That's a crucial question, Samuel. The impact on Canada's labor market and businesses is already significant and is expected to intensify as more temporary residents exit. Here's how. 1. Temporary residents hold a significant share of jobs in industries such as agriculture, food processing, hospitality, healthcare, retail, and construction. As Statistics Canada and numerous economic reports note, a sudden reduction in this workforce creates immediate gaps. Employers in farming, hospitality, and food services are reporting acute shortages, which can affect everything from restaurant hours and harvest seasons to patient care in long-term facilities. 2. With fewer available workers, businesses are increasingly compelled to raise wages or offer incentives to attract domestic employees. While higher salaries can benefit workers, smaller companies may struggle to absorb the additional costs, potentially leading to price hikes, reduced hours, or even closures. 3. Some companies are responding by investing in technology or automation to reduce reliance on human labor. However, this isn't a quick fix for many industries. For example, the agricultural sector can automate specific processes, but other jobs still require a physical workforce. Reports from business associations and labor economists suggest this transition could be uneven, with some companies adapting faster than others. And lastly, areas in Canada highly dependent on temporary labor, like parts of Ontario, British Columbia, and the Prairies, may see broader economic impacts, including slower service delivery, inhibited growth, and increased pressure on remaining workers. Local chambers of commerce and economic development agencies are already voicing concern about ripple effects on their communities.
So is the government doing anything to help businesses adjust?
The government must recognize these challenges. We observe discussions around measures such as targeted immigration programs, sector-specific recruitment efforts, and workforce development initiatives. However, business groups contend that these may not be sufficient in the short term to counteract the immediate losses caused by such a rapid outflow. Statistics Canada and business news coverage clearly illustrate the stakes. The departure of nearly 1.2 million temporary residents over the coming year could reshape Canada's labour landscape, potentially slowing economic recovery and stressing specific industries unless strategic solutions are put in place.
What should both workers and businesses do now?
I recommend that businesses actively seek government programs that support recruitment and training and explore automation where possible. Temporary residents and all workers should stay updated on policy changes and look for alternative pathways such as permanent residency or sector specific pilot programs to secure their future status in Canada.
Mirza, can you help us understand how do current immigration policies and trends in the US, UK, and Australia compare to what's happening in Canada? What should people keep in mind about seeking immigration guidance? And how can moving life immigration really help at every stage?
These are vital questions for anyone considering a move. Let's break it down country by country and talk about why the right advice is essential. After years of growth, Canada implemented much stricter immigration rules in 2024, including caps on temporary residents and international students, and more challenging permit renewal processes. While the government initially targeted admitting 485,000 permanent residents in 2024, public pressure over housing and infrastructure led to a slowdown and a sharp reduction in temporary resident renewals. This means many who previously might have stayed or arrived now face more barriers in 2025 or later.
Why is expert guidance more important than ever?
Analyzing the situation across the border, I can only say that the majority now views immigration as beneficial for the country, and calls for reductions have actually waned compared to 2024. However, I won't be able to say more. The UK, meanwhile, saw record high net migration but introduced tough new restrictions in 2024, particularly limiting dependence for work and study visas and raising salary thresholds for skilled workers. Net migration fell to 431,000 in 2024, almost half of the previous year's record high, driven mainly by drops in student and work migration. The government is continuing to tighten rules. Lastly, Australia announced a major overhaul of its migration system in late 2023, tightening student visa requirements and capping numbers. In 2023-24, they reduced the quota for permanent migration and introduced more targeted skilled pathways and stricter application reviews. These changes mean fewer international students and greater scrutiny for temporary and permanent applicants. With rapid, sometimes unexpected policy changes and stricter enforcement, uncertainties abound for applicants and businesses. Common pitfalls include misunderstanding eligibility, missing policy updates, or making avoidable application errors, all of which can result in rejections or lost opportunities. However, seeking qualified immigration advice early can mean accurate assessment of eligibility and best pathways, timely applications in advance of rule changes, avoiding costly, time-consuming mistakes, and peace of mind knowing your application is compliant with all new policies.
Thank you, Mirza. That clarity and expertise make a real difference.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Samuel.
At Moving Life Immigration Solutions, we're dedicated to providing statistically accurate and up-to-date news that's relevant to immigration in Canada. All of our insights are drawn from the latest Statistics Canada releases and government reports, as well as verified news coverage. If anyone needs guidance or legal advice about their situation, we are here to help navigate the complexities of immigration policy, so please reach out. Staying informed really is the key to a secure life in Canada. Keep emailing us your questions, and we will always respond. See you next time.